Hi Capricorns, this is Paulette from Water Cherry Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your May love read of what you need to know in love. So before we dive in, I will be leaving some links in the comment section of the tools that I use and tools that I have created myself for you guys to look at if you guys want to purchase them, okay? So let's go ahead and dive right into it. I'm going to be using my Gaia Oracle guide, and so I'm also going to be using the tarot to see what messages come in of what you need to know in love. Okay, Spirit, give me a straight message for Capricorn. What do they need to know right now for the month of May concerning love? Okay, so the first one you got is Gaia, wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual understanding. Okay, so there's something that's going to be happening at this point in time where Spirit is going to guide you to understand some things in your love life, either pertaining to the person you're dealing with currently or just in general how you operate in love. So something's going to be coming in that's going to guide you and give you the wisdom from a specific situation, and also clarity as well. And then once you understand what's happening in the situation, what you need to know, you're going to have within yourself a spiritual understanding that probably will set you free from certain things, or it's just going to help you in general spiritually, to keep you grounded. Okay, and the second card that came out is loss, grief, sadness, and resurrection. Okay, so probably what you're going to be gaining knowledge on, and wisdom has to do with experiences. So there's like a specific situation that you experienced a loss in, and it has impacted your life in a way where it is probably taking you a while to grieve and let go of. It's caused a lot of emotional imbalances in you. For some of you, you could have lost a loved one. So this could also pertain to a death that has occurred, either with somebody that you thought was a soulmate, or just somebody like a family or friend. So there's like a loss here. And I think what's going to happen this month is that as the oracle cards keep coming out, I believe the Spirit is going to guide you and tell you how to go through the grieving process, or just give you a little bit more clarity of what you need to know to get you back to being spiritually balanced and emotionally balanced in your life. But this could also be that there's a relationship that maybe at one point you thought you lost. Maybe there's an understanding of what took place, of why this is a loss for you. But let's see what else comes out as well. Okay, so let's check it out and see. All right, what else, Spirit? Okay, that wanted to come out. Reflection. Okay. Illusion, self-examination, and distortion. So I think that's why you're needing this clarity. You're needing wisdom and understanding about this loss, is because there's something specific that happened here, either with this person or just a situation in general, where there's something that you weren't seeing. What you did see probably wasn't really what was there. There is an allusion to either the person or the situation at hand, or there is something that was distorted in the situation that kind of kept you seeing what really was there. And I think it's going to come out. Okay. And for some of you, whatever is going to come out, I think it's what's going to cause this loss. You're going to understand that maybe this person shouldn't be in your life because of what you thought was there. All of a sudden it's been shown to you and clarified and magnified, because look at, there's a brightness in the background, and see how everything's all dark and things. Look at the water. It's showing you the sun, it's showing you the moon, it's showing you Saturn, it's showing you all kinds of shit in that water. But what's really shining right there in the back? It really is clarity in the sun. But everything else that's dark, everything that wasn't right or you weren't seeing within this specific relationship, it's going to be blown. And you're going to be able to see things for what it really is. And then that's when you're going to understand and gain knowledge. Okay, well, this is what I need to accept, or this is how things really are. Now I'm understanding the situation. And then you're going to go through the process of grieving and going through the sadness. And then it's not like you're going to stay there, Capricorn. You're actually going to resurrect yourself. So something's going to be brought back to life, and it may be you. Maybe this whole situation just caused for you to go into a darker place. You know, we all are humans. We all go through our emotions. And, you know, when we are dealing with love relationships, they're very, very difficult because it's an investment. Two people are coming together. They invest in each other for quite some time. Sometimes both tend to attach to one another and create a soul tie. And sometimes, unfortunately, only one person attaches to the other person who's not emotionally attached to the other. And that makes it so much harder because one person invested so much and gave, and the other person just did diddly squat. And I think that hurts more. And yeah, it's a hard situation. But for some of you, those that have to do with someone that passed on, there's certain things after they pass on, there's information that's going to be coming in that's going to help you to heal. So new information is going to be coming out about them. And you may already have heard some things, or things that you have found, items you may have found about the that they left behind and you didn't know. But there's just certain things that are going to be clarified to you and shown about this person that you probably thought you kind of knew certain things about them that you didn't. Or there's certain things that you thought were there with this person or how they are, but that's not really the case. Something else came out to show you what type of person they really were. What you're also getting for the last card is harmony. Okay. Power, self-confidence, and productivity. And so I feel, look at this. See how that flower is over the heart right there? And there's like this little, the same one, but it's on the forehead. And it's starting out small, but it's growing. I think what's going to happen here is that the harmony, like once all this shit comes through, right? The truth, the clarity, what you needed to know, what was distorted, finally you understand what was really happening, what was really going on, and you get that understanding, and you go through the loss, the grief, and the sadness, but then all of a sudden something resurrects. There's like a rebirth either within you. You gain harmony. And in order to have the harmony in your life, your mind, body, and your soul are finally going to come back into balance. Because remember I said you're going to have a spiritual understanding. So there's going to be a balance within your emotions and you in general on the inside. But it's going to bring your self-confidence back. You're going to be going back to being you again. But this could also play out because I don't know what the tarot is going to say. Because sometimes great cards can come out for oracle cards. But then all of a sudden the cards just come out all shitty for the tarot. And then all kinds of crazy things be popping off with the tarot. So I don't know what's going to come out. But so far from what I'm seeing all together is that there's some things that you're going to be clarified too concerning love in general for yourself. Or somebody that you had to push back from and that you considered a loss. And the more information that's coming out and you're starting to see the truth of it, it's going to bring you to a peaceful place. But you're going to go through the process of letting go and everything and dealing with the loss. but then something that died is going to be brought back to life. So I'm not sure if it's the relationship in general is coming back, or if you are in a current relationship, you're understanding that things are not going well right now. But then there's some things that are going to be coming out to help you better understand your partner. And then it's going to resurrect your love life again within the relationship. And then harmony and peace and everything you need in the relationship is going to be coming in. For those who are single, you may have dealt with some shitty relationships that took a lot from you, and it put you in a place where you weren't you anymore, but you still went through the grief and the loss of these relationships and trying to figure out, okay, why do I always end up with these fucked up relationships that don't serve me? And then you kind of stay right where you're at. But I think Spirit's going to be working on you in May, where it's going to blow some shit wide open, where you're going to really see clearly what's going on, what part you played, what part they played, why things went the way they did. And then you're going to have acceptance and go through all of this and be free. And then you'll be able to be open to brand new relationships that may come towards you in the month of May. But let me just see what comes through here for the tarot. We're going to go ahead and throw down some cards and see what comes through. But so far it seems like you're going to be going through, it's not an easy journey by no means, because anytime you have to go through emotions and trying to balance yourself back to normal and dealing with the loss, it's a difficult process, and it's something that does take time. It's not going to be something that's going to happen within a week or so. And some of you have already been going through this process, and you're kind of going almost near the end here with it. But Spirit is trying to tell you that they know what you're going through. And this is a confirmation to let you know that they know what's going on and what's going to be coming for you. All right. Let's go ahead. So this deck is super huge. So I have to divide it up in half and shuffle this way. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and ask for 4 cards for each oracle, and then we're going to go ahead and clarify it. Alrighty. Let's see what comes through here. Alrighty. Alright, Spirit, give me 4 cards for Gaia, loss, reflection, and harmony, please. Okay, there's the first one. The world. See, an ending. There it is. Okay, so there is a big change that has already happened, or it's going to. Okay, give me 3 more, Spirit. 3 more. Okay, there's another one. And you got the Hermit. Makes a lot of sense for loss. Okay, I need 2 more. 2 more. Okay. 2 popped up there. You got the Dreamer, which is the Fool. And then you got the 3 of Cups for harmony. And that makes so much sense. Okay, so far, what I'm seeing here is that your understanding, your wisdom, dealing with this situation, whatever this is, either with this particular person or just love in general, your understanding and gaining knowledge that there's certain cycles that have to be completed. And once those cycles are completed, you are free to move yourself forward. And what you're going to do is, once you understand that and accept things, you're going to go and deal with your hermit self, which is you're going to take time to yourself, because this is under loss. Once you accept and understand what ends here, and then you need to release yourself so you can have a brand new cycle in your life. That's when it hits you emotionally. It just wham, it hits you. You're going to go through the grief and the sadness, which is normal. It's preferable if you go through it, because I have met people who choose not to deal with the emotions and the feelings, and they stuff it down, and they keep themselves from actually healing and growing and using this situation as wisdom, because you're going to learn from this. So it's best that you deal with it. And I think that you are, because the Hermit card is here. It's, remember I told you about the clarity? There it is. It's going to be bright. So you're going to go through the grieving process, but while you're doing it, you know that you're going to need some alone time. You might be up in your head a lot of the time. You're going to be thinking about things. You're going to meditate. Maybe take some time to just read, just to do your own thing. Sometimes you have to disconnect from everything around you, like the internet, your phone, other people, taking calls. You're going to take some time to really focus on this situation at hand, and give yourself time to really reflect and think, and then be open to what comes in as far as your mind, what you're thinking. And you're going to seek out what you need. And maybe at one point you might seek out help. For some of you who have gone through someone passing away, you may go see a therapist, or if you're into spirituality, you may go to a spiritual person, like a pastor, or you may go to whatever religion you believe in and get guidance, or you just may see a therapist. And just, there's going to be a lot of relief of letting go of things, but you're going to go seek out help. And you're going to discover some things as you start talking about the situation that you're grieving. And then all of a sudden, clarity is going to hit you so hard that it's going to bring you back to where you need to be. And it's going to resurrect some things within you. And that's when reflection is going to come in, because you're going to understand what's being clarified to you is that there's certain things that weren't right already in the relationship, but you weren't seeing it at the time, and now you're seeing it, either talking with someone and also meditating and being on your own and trying to find the answers and going through the loss. That's when it comes in, and you understand, okay, this is the part I played, this is the part they played, and now I'm starting to see that something wasn't right here, and I'm being shown clear as fucking day that yeah, there's certain things that were totally off. And once that happens, and once you go through this process and you're good and you see things for what they are, here you are, the dreamer, which is they call it the dreamer in this deck, but this is actually the fool. You're going to be moving yourself forward to something fresh and brand new. You're going to release, Capricorn. Oh man, I feel it in my chest. I am feeling somebody is heavy, Capricorn. I don't know who this is for, but I am feeling what you are feeling, and it is heavy. You have dealt with a lot. There's some things that were hidden from you that you did not know, that you just, honestly, you just really didn't see. You didn't see it. But everything's going to come through clearly, and all of this is going to be a learning lesson for you, to go on a different path and to find something that is best fit for you, that's going to be good for you, Capricorn. And I understand that going through the process, it is very difficult and it's time consuming, and nobody wants to sit there and cry or feel sadness. Nobody wants to go through that, but it is something that you have to do, because once you go through all of it, you'll be set free to go somewhere that's better for you. Look at that door. You are starting off fresh, and it's going to feel so good once you get that release and you let go. So for the person that you, like, for some of you that did have someone that passed away, this situation was very difficult for you, because you did have a good tie with them, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be going through all of this. Once you go through the grieving process, because everybody takes a different time on how long they're gonna be in their grieving process and how they're gonna let go of this, you never forget the person that you're grieving that passed on. You never forget. The pain, I feel like it's always going to be there, but I think as the time goes by, it's not as extreme as the year before. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Ooh, oh my gosh, I feel it. I don't know who this is for. Capricorn, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. This person, you're gonna find some things, like I said, you're gonna find out some things that you just didn't realize, or you just didn't know. Some information's gonna be coming out, and it's gonna set you free, and you'll be able to, do a little bit better grieving and being able to move on from the grief. But then this gonna give you your faith back. You're gonna go back to being able to at least be out in the world, be able to deal with other people. Because sometimes when we go through the grieving process, we don't want to be around anyone. We just want solitude. But one thing I am going to say to you is that I have two messages for the people who have someone that passed on. The first group is going to be that this person is very happy. They are in a good place, and I need you to rest assured that they're okay. They're fine. And they have angels around them. They're just in a beautiful heaven right now. They're okay. Now, for others of you that have like a certain situation happen, I feel like some of you may have had like a love situation that didn't quite work out, but at the same time you had a pet that passed on. And all of it at the same time, it just it put you guys off. But your pet's okay too. All right? So yeah, you're just going to be propelled. For some of you that has to do with love, you're going to be propelled to go towards something else that's brand new and starting fresh. It's like time is going to be turned around, and you're going to start exactly at zero again, and you're going to begin this new journey. You're going to be set free from the things that you didn't know and couldn't see, but then now clarity's coming in. And what's going to happen is that once you start that path, you're going to gain harmony, where you're going to gain your self-confidence back. You're going to be having this power again and being you. And then you'll be able to celebrate. You're going to come in union with people. So this may be the funeral. For some of you that did have somebody pass on, the funeral, you're going to be there with others. And I think what's going to happen is that instead of it being so superly overwhelming and sad, everybody that gets together that loves this particular person, you guys are going to really sit down and talk about this person and think about all the good things, all the great memories that you guys had with this particular person. And I think they're going to be there. That person's spirit is going to be there. It's going to be hovering, because I see it here. Look at, while you guys are all sitting together and talking about this person that passed on, there's a bird hovering there. They're going to be there. Okay? So it's good that you guys are taking this moment during the funeral or afterwards, like people coming together to just hang out after everything happened and be able to talk about this person. Now, for some of you that finally get to release the love situation, seeing things for what they are, either, like I said, there's a resurrection. So either this person, once you guys see things for what they are, go through grieving process and accept things and get a better understanding of why things happen, maybe this person might return, or you guys may get an opportunity to work things out, and then you guys are deciding to celebrate, to come together in a way that's, you know, it's good for the both of you. And it could also be that maybe you're walking towards something brand new after you release this, and you'll have opportunities to be around loved ones, platonic friends. There might be great news coming in where you'll be able to celebrate, or you'll meet somebody new. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify each card. Let's do the World card, okay? All right, Spirit, clarify the World card for me, please. Okay, let's keep shuffling. I'm gonna do like about 4 more shuffles. Spirit, clarify the World card for me. Okay, there it is. Look at the Truth. Ace of Swords came out. Wisdom and knowledge. Okay, spiritual understanding. So there's going to be something, concerning the 10 of Cups. Something that was a relationship that you thought was good and beautiful and harmonious. Something that felt great. For some of you, this could have been a marriage. There's something that you're going to come to terms and understand and gain knowledge about a marriage or a relationship. But it's something that really did make you happy. Okay, last one. Let's see what comes out. Wow, look at this. So you got the Two of Wands and the renewal. In this case, it'll be the Judgment. And remember, judgment, it has to do with dead things. You know, it talks about the end of days, like the Bible, the Judgment card. You see that angel resurrecting people out of their graves to take them. And there's like a renewal of some sort, but also letting go of the old things. And look at resurrection right here. That's what the Judgment card is about. So there is an understanding that there is certain things either within this relationship or the person in general that you understand. You're coming to terms, this new information, this new understanding. As you go through the Hermit, you're going to understand and gain knowledge that there's certain things that need to just end. And the cycle has to be finished. So that way you can be able to have the 10 of Cups, but some of you may find out information that it has to do with a situation that you were in. You're going to gain information about that. And then it's going to put you in a place where now, Like over here, you're going to be set free to move yourself forward. That's what you're going to gain knowledge on. The Three of Wands has to do with planning long-term situations and also putting in the action and moving yourself forward to being abundant in a relationship. And you know exactly where you're going. That's why you have that ship there. Some of you may be deciding that if this situation was a bit much for you, you're realizing that some of you may pick up and leave where you live and go somewhere to start fresh and brand new. So you won't have to carry all this old baggage with you. You just need something brand new. You got to move. And then where you're planning to go is going to help you to renew a lot of things in your life, gain your passions back. And also judgment has to do with forgiveness. So like I told you that story in the Bible, when you see the judgment card, it has to do with when the Lord calls his people, he blows the trumpet, and then all of a sudden these people rise up from their graves and they're going towards heaven to meet him so they can be judged. And that's where he's going to judge people, whether they do good or bad, whether they're going to go to heaven or somewhere else. But in this case, I think some of it is not the whole thing. That whole story is not the whole thing with this card. It has to do with things being brought from the dead. There's certain things that you're going to leave behind that you know are not going to serve you. And then certain things that you felt were dead are going to be brought back to life. And there's going to be a new compassion towards this situation. You're going to be heading in a new direction because when you rise, you're headed somewhere. Where are you going? Either you're going to heaven. I don't know, some of you believe in reincarnation, but you understand that something, you have to go into some kind of direction. In this case, because it's love, you know that there's somewhere that you're going to be headed and you have in mind to go towards, either to fix this relationship and having understanding in this relationship and resurrect it back to life, or you're understanding that you need to go find your peace, work on yourself, and then find the person that you're really supposed to be with. Now, for some of you that did have someone pass on, you found out the ending of this person, how they passed on. You're getting more information about it. It's somebody that, you know, you felt like you had a very loving relationship with. But you're realizing this person has moved on from this world, and now you're trying to, I guess, pick up the pieces within yourself. And, you know, you're planning to try to mourn the process and move yourself forward. But there may be, for some of you, like I said, there's some information that you didn't know about this person. And so I think whatever you find out might be hurtful for some. And you're going to have to forgive this person. And clear your conscience, clear your heart from whatever happened. And just let things go and let things be. But this person also is moving themselves forward towards either their nirvana, to heaven. They're already going through the process of, they're not in limbo, they're actually going somewhere. Either they're being reincarnated, they're going somewhere. Okay? And that's what you're going to understand as well, that this person is traveling on. They traveled on. They're on that boat. They're moving on towards their afterlife. So let's go ahead and go through the loss and the Hermit. Let's go ahead and clarify the Hermit. All right, Spirit, what is the Hermit about? Okay, let me see. What else, Spirit? Okay. So for the Hermit, you ended up getting the Two of Pentacles. Remember, balancing. Remember I told you, whatever you find out, as you go through all of this, you're going to go through the process of trying to balance yourself again spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. All of that needs to come into balance. And here's the Moon. Remember, the things that are hidden, distortion, things you couldn't see or didn't understand, or just confusion and fear. All of that's going to be coming into play as you're in the Hermit mode and grieving. There's going to be some things that you honestly didn't see and didn't know. But while you're understanding that, you're trying to balance yourself and giving yourself a chance to move on from this. But as you're trying to move on from this, it's a burden to you. It really is a burden to you. This is the Ten of Wands, by the way. So it's like you're trying your best to go through this process. And I think for some of you guys have been dealing with this for a little bit too long. And I think you understand that. But you're trying to get yourself back into alignment. But then the things that you don't know, the things that you don't understand and didn't see of why this happened, it feels like you're kind of stuck in some kind of way. But at the same time, you're wanting to be that Chariot and move yourself forward to clarity, to understanding, to your healing. Because remember, the Chariot follows that star. See how it has that star? It's pointing to the star, trying to grab that star. And it reminds me, the star has to do with the Aquarius card, the star. It has to do with healing. And so you're trying to go towards the healing, but as you're going through it, it's difficult. The Ten of Wands is not easy for anybody. And look at how she's holding her head. She's going through the grief, going through the sadness. And some of this could be like having mental, it's not like a bad thing, but sometimes we do have mental breakdowns in a way where we go through depression and sadness for a little bit longer than what we need to when we start caring about things around us, because we're so fixated on what this is. And so while you're trying to go towards your healing, trying to balance yourself back, the things that you don't know is stressing you the hell out. And now you're ready to put it down so you won't have to be in this place anymore and go through the grieving process and just move forward. So some of you, the person who could have passed on could have been a Pisces, a Virgo, a Cancer, or a fire sign. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Dreamer under reflection. So the Fool. So let's see what comes out for that. Okay, Spirit, go ahead and clarify the Dreamer, please. The Dreamer. That one popped out. So you got the Ace of Cups. Look at that. That's what you're going towards, is new love. Okay, so you also got the Five of Pentacles. Look at how sad she is. For those who did have somebody pass on, see how the person's behind them? Your person that has passed on, they see your grief. And they're there with you at this time. And remember, I told you for some of you, it could also been a pet. Look at the pet. is sitting right there. You are surrounded by people that have passed on and that love you so much, Capricorn. They see your sadness, they see your grief, and they're there for you. Okay? But let me find 2 more cards and then I'll tell you everything in general what this is. 2 more cards, please. Okay, so you got the Knight of Wands and the 8 of Wands. So for this reflection, the illusions and the distortions and self-examination, you're trying to move yourself towards something brand new, a newer type of love. But while you're trying to do that, like I said, sometimes the grieving process lasts a little bit longer. You're gonna feel the loss. Okay, you're gonna feel the loss of the situation, and sometimes you may sit in negative thoughts about what has already happened. Yeah, it's just a loss for you. But the thing is that you're trying not to stay there. Something's happening here where you're trying to move yourself forward. Like I said, it's like you have these 2 things, like it's like a seesaw of emotions. Like, you know that you need to go and move on from this. You know what's out there for you, new love. You're also giving love to yourself, trying to work on you. And then there's the negative thoughts and still kind of like still holding on to some of this, but trying to make the attempts to move yourself forward, to free yourself. And then there comes that conflict, you know, where you still think of the things that are bothering you about this particular love situation or this death of this person. And whatever comes out and you finally find out, it's going to be conflicting to you. And so you're like, you know what? I have to move forward. I need to bring myself back into balance. I have to love myself again, or I need to go towards someone that is ready for me, and I'm ready for the new opportunity and I'm ready to go. But then I also understand that I'm grieving and I'm hurting, and it's just, this is stressful, and I can't believe that this came out. I don't understand why this is happening, but now I know. And it just causes an internal battle within you. So let's go ahead and go into the 3 of Cups. We're going to clarify that, and that's what's under harmony. So let's see what comes out for that. So hopefully this resonates so far. I mean, I don't want it to, because this is really sad and it's hard. But at the same time, hopefully it helps somebody. Even if it's just one person. Okay. All right. Spirit, clarify 3 of Cups. Wow. Okay, so you got the awakening. That's when you're going to finally see things. Clarity is going to come in, and then you'll finally have this harmony and this celebration. Awakening, which is the Hangman. Okay, this is a different perspective. And then you also have the 7 of Wands. So there's something that you are fighting for, something that you're standing up for. And you have a lot of confidence in doing it. And let me see what else comes out with that, okay? The sun. Wow. Okay. There's that clarity and happiness and joy that's coming through. And then you got the Knight of Pentacles. You're going towards this new opportunity. Let me see if I can get one more. Okay, look, you got the Queen of Swords, and you also got the Page of Pentacles. So there's a lot of new stuff coming through. Okay, so what is happening here for the Three of Cups, this celebration, this newness, this new harmony that's coming in, is that once you take that alone time, remember you're going through this process. At times you may talk to someone in particular about the situation. Once you get all the information you need, and you balance yourself and you go through the grief, remember that resurrection, okay? Once you take that time alone to look at things differently and gain better understanding about the situation, there's something that you're going to fight for. There's something you're going to stand up to, pertaining either this person that you lost as far as just a love relationship. What you're going to do is you're going to fight to probably work on this again, because you understand that this person did make you happy. You guys did have some good stuff together, and there's also clarity here of how you're going to make this work. And you know you're going to get on your damn horse and you're going to come up with something to offer that is very stable, and something that's a little bit newer, but you're already planning carefully on how you're going to do this. So this is something that took time, and you're going to wait for the perfect timing to go ahead and go. And some of you may be going towards an air sign, okay? Air, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. But you're also understanding, you know, the swords is knowledge. You're going to make a logical decision after all this time thinking and finally going through the loss and the emotions and seeing things for what they are. Now you're in a better place to make a good mental decision, because now there's clarity, there's understanding there. And so the Queen of Swords is someone that is understands how to make the right particular choice, and she's very focused on it. Yeah, you're making a smart choice here, a very logical choice, and you're also making it off of the experience, the wisdom that you gain from this whole situation. And once you try to offer it to this person, there's a possibility of something brand new that is stable between the both of you. Now, if this is a situation where you understood, like after all of this was done, and you went through all this process, and this person's no longer here, as far as like you guys really did separate your ways, I think once you get your healing and you get your clarity, you understand that you need to fight for yourself. You need to fight for your happiness. You need to fight for the things that you're desiring and wanting to grow in your life. And you're making better decisions this time when it comes to what you're offering and who you're offering it to. And so there is a possibility that somebody fresher and more brand new is coming in, and you're going to be celebrating that. You're going to be coming in and doing that with this person. So this looks really good. This looks really good. Yeah. So this is, well, let me go ahead and say it. I don't think this is going to be for everybody. This may be for one person. What I'm getting here too is that the information you get from the past loved one that moved on, The person that passed away, the information that you end up getting, is going to set you to fight in some kind of way. I'm not sure if this is going to go to court. Whatever happened with this person that passed on, maybe there's some information that you ended up getting, where this information is going to go into court, and I think you're going to help do that. You're going to help drive this, and you're going to be bringing in new information that's going to bring justice towards this person that passed away. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and see what we can get for your advice, Capricorn. Let's see what comes through for you, and then we'll wrap it up, okay? All right. So let's see. Spirit, what do you want? Spirit, what do you want them to know as far as advice for Capricorn? Look at release. Release. This is a death card. Release. It's time to let this go. Okay? It's advising you to go ahead and go through this process, because at the end of all of this, there's something brand new. I'm telling you, there's something new for you, and it shows here, and it's going to bring you back into harmony, joy, and happiness. And you're going to have to release either the situation or the person or whatever happened, and you got to do it in a way that doesn't hold you back from transforming, because it kind of reminds me of a butterfly. You know, like first they're a caterpillar, they go through the process, they eat and eat and eat, and all of a sudden they go in their cocoon and they're still for a while, and then finally all of a sudden they made a transformation. They had to put their caterpillar ways to death. They had to kill that part of themselves, and they had to wrap themselves up on their own and go through that hermit, through that loneliness in that cocoon. They're in there by themselves, and they're going through the process of changing and transforming, and then what comes out is something absolutely beautiful, and they're completely different. I think this process is going to transform you in a way where you're going to be in a better place, more harmonious. Even how you act towards people and how you deal with others and how you just do things in general, it's going to be different. But just remember that death brings in something brand new, and you need to be ready for that. So Spirit's telling you it is time to release yourself from something that was the Ten of Pentacles that didn't work for you. This old situation that wasn't working, you got to let it go. And so remember, the Ten of Pentacles is a great card. It's something that you achieved with somebody else. You achieved the home, the life, the everything around you. Everything was productive, and you reached a point in your life where everything was flowing great. Financially, it was good. The stability was great. But remember, each card has a number, and each card goes through its phase. Number 10 is it. That's the end of it. You reached it. Now it's time for a new cycle. And this situation that you need to release, that was the Ten of Pentacles, not everything can stay like that forever. Okay? Because what's going to happen is that eventually you're going to reach a bump. And what happened here with this person is that, you know, you got to let them go. You have to let them go. Because look at how you look. You're not happy. You weren't happy. Either there was a missed opportunity, or it's just something where it just wasn't working anymore. Like your cups, you're looking at the cups and they're empty, and you're probably thinking of all the things that could have been, but you're not realizing. Look at when apples start to fall off the tree, is because they're ready to be eaten. They already reached the end. These ones are still stuck on the tree. They still need a little bit more time, but they're still growing until they get to the place where they're fully ready and they either fall on their own or somebody comes picks them. But if you notice, the cups is right behind them. There's something back there. There's still in your cup that you're ready for. See, it's still up here. It hasn't fallen. It's not here with these other empty cups, but there's something there for you. But you have to release all this old stuff to get what's there for you. But there's something in the specific relationship just wasn't gelling. So either that specific situation in itself in that relationship, you're going to have to let that situation go and just set yourself free from it. And look, you got wise counselor. And that is I believe this is the justice card. Yeah, this is the justice card. No, wait, is this the justice card or is it the Hierophant? I don't know. The picture is a little bit different here for this one. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me just double check and make sure, because I don't want to be saying that and it's not the card that it's supposed to be. No, that is the Hierophant. Okay, so wise counselor is the Hierophant. So what Spirit is telling you is to release already this end of this perfect, that you thought was a perfect relationship, but it wasn't. It's not for you anymore. And so it's telling you, from whatever you learned here, let it be your guide. Let it be your counselor. Because the Hierophant is not just about commitment. And in this situation, it could have been a commitment that just, there's some part of the commitment you need to release. But it also has to do with things that you learn. So the Hierophant has to do with a lot of wisdom. It has to do with knowledge. Going to places, to universities or colleges to learn specific things. But this is just all information that you need that helps you to make better choices in life, and just knowledge that you need in general. But it could be that it's asking you to release this committed relationship that just, it wasn't working for you. All right, so let's see what else comes out for you. Look at the Three of Swords. Spirit is telling you, don't stay in here any longer, because you're just gonna drag on the hurt, the sadness, and the pain that you're feeling. Okay, because this situation did break you. It really did hurt. It did a number on you. And now Spirit is saying, release, release, let go, let it die. Let it die. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Yeah. What you're doing is, if you don't let go, for some of you, I think I mentioned that there was an air sign that you're trying to work things out with, or going towards, or there's understanding about something that you're going to find out about them, is that they didn't have the same feelings you did. This particular person was not honest with you in some things, and I think that's what you're going to find out. There's some things that they didn't tell you. There's some things that they kept from you. They're emotionally detached at one point in the relationship. This person did not have your best interest at heart. They really didn't. They caused you too much pain. And this person is just, like I said, they weren't emotionally attached. They didn't show, like, I don't know. You know what type of person this was, and you know the information that came out about them that wasn't honest, and deceitful about them. There's just some things that they did. For some of you, this is not everybody, so this may be one or two of you. You may have found out that they stole money from you. They probably took things out of your account, or they probably lied to you about something financial, and they ended up taking your money. And you didn't find out till way later. And that's what caused like a huge rift. You were not expecting this betrayal from them. And they try to make it seem like they wanted a loving relationship, but in reality, they're using you for your finances. For others of you, it could have just been that, you know, this person just in general, there's certain things that they didn't tell you. They kept keeping things from you, and everything came out about them. And so Spirit is telling you there's something brand new coming in for you that is so much better, that's going to set you free and get you going on this brand new, beautiful, harmonious love type of partnership that you're looking for, the celebratory. But the advice is telling you in order to do that, you got to go through all of this. All of this. Shedding. This is shedding. You were a caterpillar at one point in this relationship. Now at the end, you're going to be a beautiful butterfly, and you're going to end up finding somebody else is just as beautiful, just as amazing as you are. But it's time to release. It is time to let go. For those of you who did have loved ones, you may have found out that this person was into things that they shouldn't have been in, and maybe that's what caused their death. That's not for everyone. Maybe for one person. Yeah. So right now, so what I'm seeing is that this is tough and this is heavy, but for the person it resonates with, there is something magnificent at the end. So keep focused on that, because right now, what is most important is you. Your high value, Capricorn. Your mind, your heart, your soul, your spiritual self, all of that is important, and all of that needs to be worked on right now and be taken care of before you can go into anything else. The healing process is very important, so that way you can finally be free from all of this. Those who are grieving and going through a personal loss where somebody did pass on, nobody is allowed to come in and tell you how quickly you need to mourn, how quickly you need to grieve. Okay? It's nobody's right. You go through your process the best way that you can. You know what you need to do as far as how you're going to move forward through the grieving process, because you are going to go through it. But as information comes through about this particular person that thinks you just didn't know, it is going to make it where you're going to maybe in this grieving process just a little bit longer, but you know how you need to grieve the situation. But nobody can come in and tell you how fast you need to do it. Just go through the process, and, you know, Spirit is there. The person that passed on is there. And they're always watching. And then you also have people surrounding you, loved ones that are going to be there as well. And there's also wise counselors around you that you can go to talk to about this situation. Okay? So far, this is all I have for you, Capricorn. If it resonated for you, please give me a like and subscribe and show me some love, guys. I would really appreciate it, okay? You guys take care of yourselves. Bye.